Please, folks, I believe I could stand here. I could stand here all night and bask in your love. But there's too much important information we have to get to, starting with this. I must give you a public service announcement. Have you heard about this deadly new disease, MERS? Okay, it's not in our part of the world yet, but one of the ways it spreads is by drinking camel urine. No, I'm not joking about this. So the World Health Organization has issued, don't drink camel urine. I know, right, with the weekend coming up, huh? But who hasn't had that feeling you're pounding a couple of frosty camel urines and you're like, oh, I'm gonna pay for this tomorrow, but it's... Anyway. And of course, the other giant threat that if you watch CNN, it's 24/7, the escaped convicts from that prison in upstate New York. Oh my gosh. It's amazing we're all still alive. And now the authorities up there fear that these two could find their way into a large population and blend in as Republican candidates for president. There's so many, well... Well, it is getting a little out of hand. You know, we have 10 declared Republican candidates. By Tuesday or Wednesday of next week, we're going to have 3 more. We're going to have Jeb Bush officially in, Bobby Jindal, and Trump. Yes. And then there's still out there Kasich, Chris Christie, Scott Walker is going to declare. They say by the time the debates begin, there could be over 20. And experts are projecting that sometime in early 2016 is when the number of Republican candidates will surpass the number of women who have accused Bill Cosby of... it's a very... And then it's... But who cares about that? These convicts, we got to get these convicts. You know, they're described, I love this, as extremely cunning. Why? Because they put lumps of rags under their blankets in their cots to fool the screws. And just thinking they were in the bunks when they were getting out of there. You know what? If you fall for the old dummy made out of rags routine, you cannot be a prison guard. But there is a place for you in airport security. That's my opinion. And I love this. This is reported on the legitimate news, not CNN, the legitimate news. Said one of the missing convicts, get this, is handsome and very well endowed, which explains the air of melancholy in the prison. But look, but if you encounter this guy, do not be fooled. That is a gun in his pocket, and he's not happy to see you. Now, speaking of the well-endowed, how many saw LeBron James' penis last night on the guy? Yeah. That's right. Did you watch the NBA Finals? He was adjusting his junk before the game, and woo, we got a glimpse. This is why we love sports in America, isn't it? I mean, the Super Bowl, we saw Janet Jackson's nipple, and now we've seen LeBron James's junk. So, someone better call the police in McKinney, Texas. This pool party is getting out of hand. Oh, you saw that? You saw, I guess, this week's viral police video. A white cop in Texas goes apeshit on a bunch of peaceable black teenagers at a pool party. It was shocking. Black people swimming? Oh, write your congressman, I don't care. But of course, now we're at the inevitable stage where Rush Limbaugh and Fox News try to figure out how the victim was really a thug who had it coming. Megyn Kelly was talking sensibly the other day about the 15-year-old girl who had her face pushed out into the lawn, when suddenly Megyn was overtaken by clueless white girl syndrome. And she said the girl was no saint either. No saint, yeah, because she lingered. And it reminded me, is that, we think of Megyn Kelly as the same one over there at Fox News. That's just because she's surrounded by Hannity and Bill O'Reilly. She's like the blonde dragon girl on Game of Thrones. Everyone else is a zombie or a dwarf or fucking their sister, so she looks normal. Now, hate to tell you this, but Obama, I think, had a very bad week. First of all, it looks like we're going back into Iraq, which I don't like. And he lost his big Asian trade deal today. It's too boring to get into. But just put it this way, the Democrats stood with the unions, their people. Obama was so with the Republicans on this that he went into Congress to lobby for it, and House Republicans stood up and cheered for Obama. Now, they thought he was Dr. Ben Carson, but still, that says a lot. Dr. Ben is one of the 10 who's declared. Oh, you know who else has declared and made news yesterday? Lindsey Graham. You know Lindsey Graham, the senator from South Carolina? He's been dogged by rumors for a long time that he was gay. He actually came out, did not come out. He said yesterday, he actually gave an interview and said, quote, "I ain't gay, sorry." And then he said, "But that was before I saw LeBron James." I take Lindsey at his word. If he says he's not gay, he's not gay. It's good enough for me. Although today they asked him about what to do about the violence in the Middle East, and he said lotions can no longer protect us. So not oceans, lotions can. It just seemed a little gay to me. Never mind. Anyway, so another declared candidate, Mike Huckabee, had a rough week. Mike Huckabee last week was defending his friendship with the child molester Josh Duggar. Mike's now being asked about the fact that the guy who co-wrote his book, they all have a campaign book, his is called Character Makes a Difference. The guy who co-wrote it with him, he's facing 2 lawsuits about being a child molester. Doesn't anyone in that party just want to have sex with an adult woman? And Rick Santorum is not this affiliated with child molesters, and he's Catholic. I'm just saying. But it does explain Mike Huckabee's campaign slogan, which is, "Huckabee, get in my car and help me look for the dog."